us about that story about that woman with that baby, which has always stayed in my mind, which I think you said made a shift inside you, where where everything started after that. So, over to you.
Thank you so much for being here this evening, and thank you, Anita and Guru and Ronak, for opening your house for this. I'm extremely grateful. And before I get there, what Anita was asking about, just a little bit as to how I got into that experience that Anita has just mentioned. As she was saying, I'm from the Indian Civil Services, so have been a part of bureaucracy for a very long time. And I was posted in Bombay when I got to know that I had stage 3 cancer in 2009. And so that was also the time when I was at the peak of my career. I was doing a lot of work with UN. I was also doing a lot of work with Konkan Railways, since we are speaking in Goa. And so I raised at that time I think 3,600 crores single-handedly in 4 years. So I was managing that whole this thing. So that was a beautiful time in terms of career. The children were small, and I got diagnosed with cancer. So it suddenly came. This was not a word which I was familiar with, apart from seeing in the movies. I didn't know anything about it. And then since it was stage 3, it had become metastatic. So the journey was extremely, it was long, it was cumbersome. It was something very alien to me, actually. So I had to go through 3 surgeries. Those happened, and then the chemotherapy had to start. So I'll come to the incident that Anita mentioned. So I used to have very long hair at that time. So most of my batchmates, my colleagues would know me as someone with very long hair. तो जब ये पता चला कि केमोथेरेपी करानी है, तो मैंने यही देखा था मूवीज में that you lose your hair, So I thought, this is not making sense to me. How will I go to work? And bureaucracy is a very feudal place to work in. So you generally wear saris and this thing. तो मुझे लगा कैसे इसको मैं मैनेज करूँगी. तो I told my doctor कि मुझे तो केमोथेरेपी नहीं करानी है. तो मैं 1 महीने तक उसको I kept postponing it. And then he said, अच्छा तुम hospital आओ और फिर देखते हैं क्या करना है. This was after 1.5 months, when the doctor is saying it is metastatic, it is spreading, and I'm just not getting to that point that I can, go through this treatment. So I went, Dr. Rajiv Sareen, he was the director of Tata at that time, and a very good friend of mine, actually. So he said, I'm going to the children's ward, or tum chalo mere saath, just like that. So I said, okay. So I went with him. So on one of the beds, there was a small baby who was like around 2 years, who was sitting and howling. Like, she was sitting like this and she was howling there. And so I asked Rajiv, Rajiv, itni puri tarah kyun ro rahi hai? Matlab, why this? So he said कि actually she had a brain tumor. तो जब उसको केमोथेरेपी दी तो उसका दोनों आँखों का विजन चला गया. तो she is not able to figure out कि why I can't see. That is why she's. Hindi is also okay with you, right? Yeah. Okay. तो इसलिए वो इतना परेशान हो के, I तो didn't know what just happened, and what do you do now? Like, then her young mom, she must have been 29, 30, she came and she picked up the child. तो अब मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था मैं उनको क्या बोलूं. तो I just said कि, okay, so where is the rest of the family? तो ही सेड सबने मुझे छोड़ दिया है. जिस दिन उस बच्ची का ये पता चला तो मुझे हॉस्पिटल में छोड़ के माय हस्बैंड एवरीबडी हैज लेफ्ट. तो then again you don't know how to deal with this. And then she looked at me and she said, पर मैंने सबको माफ कर दिया. And she said, पता है क्यों सबको माफ कर दिया है? Because वो मेरी बच्ची के ट्रीटमेंट के it was becoming an impediment and I did not want to waste any energy on that, so I have forgiven everyone. So I thought, oh my god, मतलब forgiveness की इतनी बात होती है आजकल, लोग कितना उसका वो बना के रखते हैं ना, हवा बना के रखते हैं. And there is a lady who didn't look educated at all, who didn't have money, I'm sure, because she was in the general ward and has been able to do this. तो इतने में there was another girl who was 10 or 11. She came running and she had a file like this in her armpit and she held the hand of this young lady. So I just assumed this must be the elder child of the family. तो मैंने बोला तुम उनकी बड़ी बहन हो ना? तो she said नहीं, मैं भी यहाँ पेशेंट हूँ, मेरा ट्रीटमेंट हो रहा है, मैं उस वाले बेड पे हूँ, बट ये आंटी अकेले रोज जाती है उसको लेके, तो मैं उसकी फाइल लेके. So I thought, oh my god, this is such an amazing, woman here and a child here, and like, what the hell I'm thinking of my hair, You feel so, the triviality at times of the assumptions you have, comes like right on your face. तो मेरे साथ भी वही हुआ. And then I thought कि नहीं यार, ये जो experience मेरी life में आया है, I have to learn from it and I have to figure out what I can do with it. I cannot get stuck in these smaller things, whatever it will bring, the treatment and all. So that is how it started. तो एक चीज जो मुझे समझ में आने लगी, and I was going to Tata Hospital for my treatment. टाटा हॉस्पिटल में दो तरह की ओपीडीज होती हैं. देयर आर प्राइवेट ओपीडीज एंड देयर आर जनरल ओपीडीज. सो इन जनरल ओपीडीज योर पीपल आर फाइटिंग फॉर फुट स्पेस, उस तरह का वहां पे रहता है. तो मुझे ये समझ में आने लगा कि कैंसर इज अ डिजीज विच ओपन्स मल्टीपल फ्रंट्स and all of them need to be closed for someone to go through the treatment. People, when you go there, everybody who goes there tells me that it is life before going to Tata and after going to Tata. That place is so humbling actually. So anyways, so my treatment went on for a very long time. It was extremely difficult. It was so difficult that twice or thrice I also went to the balcony. That हो गया मेरा, मुझसे अब नहीं हो रहा है ये, And but yes, every time that lady, those two children, my own two children, and every time I came back, and it took me around 3 years to get back to my feet. And when I got back to my feet, I went to the doctor and I asked him. He said, you are good now. And the kind of cancer I had is that it comes back. That is what they say, that it has to come back. So he said, you are good now. So I said, oh, that's very nice and all, but what medicine can I take so that I don't have a recurrence? Isn't it? That's like a natural question. So he said, there is no medicine for that. Okay. So that was the day when I understood that becoming cancer-free is one thing and remaining cancer-free is another. And that is how my journey actually started, of understanding, trying to understand cancer. I read a lot. I met so many doctors and researchers and scientists, and thankfully I was in a job where my visiting card could open any door, so it helped me reach people and have conversations. So in 2012, I was in my office and suddenly I thought कि मुझे अगर कुछ करना है ना तो अभी कर लेना चाहिए, otherwise my life will again go back to the same treadmill और फिर नहीं होगा, because a young family, a job which is 24 hours, how will I? So there was one meeting of mine which got cancelled, and I just gave a call to the charity commissioner who was half an hour away from my office. And I sat in the car and I reached his office and I told him कि मुझे एक organization create करनी है और तुम मुझे बताओ कि कैसे करनी है. तो he said तुमको करना क्या है उसमें? I said अभी वो नहीं मालूम है कि exactly क्या करना है, but I have to do something there, so you just help me create an organization. So there is a huge formality around it, and also वो सब हो गया, and the organization संजीवनी लाइफ बियॉन्ड कैंसर got created. मुझे ये पक्का मालूम था कि मुझे वो चैरिटी टाइप का काम नहीं करना है, ऐसे नहीं करना है कि पेशेंट्स को पैसा दे दिया, खाना दे दिया, वैसा वाला काम नहीं कर पाऊंगी मैं. मतलब with my job and everything I should also be driven to be कि हाँ रोज सुबह उठ के कि मुझे करना है, तो वो I will not be able to do it. Everybody told me do that. I thought नहीं, I don't want to become a part of the cancer care solution which is already there. मुझे कुछ create करना है. That is what will drive me. And I started going to Tata whenever I got time to be in the general OPD. So कि मैं समझूं यहाँ पे गैप क्या है एक्चुअली. तो what I understood was जब किसी को डायग्नोज होता है कैंसर तो एकदम से पहले तो वो होता ही है, फिर उसके बाद लगता है हाँ डॉक्टर he will say. अब जब डॉक्टर के पास आप जाते हो इन जनरल ओपीडी तो डॉक्टर के पास इतना समय नहीं है कि ऊपर सिर उठा के भी देखे. For every 2,000 patients in India, there is one doctor. So where is the time? So he just writes and he gives the parcha back to you in precisely 2 minutes. And now you come out कि हाँ मैंने तो सोचा था अब डॉक्टर संभाल लेगा, ये तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. ये तो इतना सारा लिख के दे दिया, इतना खर्चा, ये सर्जरी, ये वो, मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. तो मुझे लगा कि सबसे पहले तो यहाँ पे कोई होना चाहिए who can handhold the patient right here, tell him this is what your parcha says, now आपको ये चीजों की जरूरत है और मैं आपकी ये सारी चीजें मैं आपको अवेलेबल करा दूंगा. So that is, अगर वो हो जाएगा तो उसका थोड़ा आगे बढ़ने का काम होगा. तो वहां से काम शुरू किया था. टुडे दैट प्रोग्राम इज कॉल्ड कैन सहयोगी एंड वी रन इट इन 34 hospitals of the country across 16 states. And we have worked with more than 15 lakh patients by now. Every day we work with more than 1,000 patients today. So that was the first program which started. फिर मुझे लगा कि ये तो मैं अभी खुद से ट्रेन कर रही हूँ लोगों को यहाँ काम करने के लिए. If I want to make this scalable and replicable, then I have to think of better ways how to train these people. So I just got up and went to the director of Tata Institute of Social Sciences, assuming कि उनके पास जरूर कोई कोर्स होगा जो मैं लोगों को करा. तो डॉक्टर परशुरामन was there at that time, the director. तो he said कि नहीं, यहाँ तो है ही नहीं टेस्ट में ये कोर्स, but nowhere in the world is there a course. And I also wanted to employ cancer survivors to do this, because उनका एक विजडम है ना, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं और उसके ऊपर से उनके लिए एक इनकम हो जाएगी when they do it. तो ही सेड ऐसा कोई कोर्स नहीं है, बट अगर तुम करिकुलम लिख सकती हो, आई कैन पुट इट टू द एकेडमिक कमिटी ऑफ टेस्ट. सो दैट इज हाउ I applied for 3 months leave immediately, and I was told whatever by my bosses कि क्या कर क्या रही हो तुम types. But I took 3 months leave, and this curriculum was written with the help of doctors in Tata, psychologists, nutritionists, physiotherapists, and all that, which is now called CAN-SARTHI. We are running the 17th batch right now of that course. It is 120 hours of theory, 240 hours of practicals. It is a 6-month full-time course for cancer survivors, their families, or anybody else who wants to get into cancer caregiving. So this was the second thing. Thirdly, I also realized कि मेरा ये जो intervention है ये काफी नहीं है patients के साथ. तो आई नीड टू नाउ फिगर आउट कि क्या करना है. एंड आई डोंट नो व्हाई आई डिड व्हाट आई डिड, बिकॉज आई हैव एब्सोल्युटली नो एक्सप्लेनेशन. मेरे पास कोई नॉलेज नहीं थी, एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था, बट मेरे को डॉन किया कि मुझे समझना ही चाहिए कि कैंसर के जो सेल्स हैं वो सबके अंदर होते हैं. एवरीबडी हैज देम. तो कुछ ही लोगों को कैंसर क्यों हो जाता है? अगर मुझे ये बात समझ में आ जाए तो आगे कुछ समझ में आना शुरू होगा. तो मैंने इसके ऊपर बहुत सारा काम किया. एंड देन आई अंडरस्टूड कि सबके अंदर जैसे कैंसर के सेल्स होते हैं ऐसे टी सेल्स होते हैं. तो वो जो टी सेल हैं उनका यही काम है कि वो कैंसर के सेल्स को अटैक करते हैं, एंड दे कीप देम इन रीजनेबल नंबर्स. तो बड़ा सिंपल सा प्रोसेस है. और अगर सिंपल सा प्रोसेस है तो मुझे समझ में आना चाहिए कि ये टी सेल्स कभी कभी हार क्यों जाते हैं. यू नो व्हाई कैंसर टेक्स ओवर द टी सेल्स. तो उसके ऊपर काम करते करते फाइनली ये समझ में आया कि जो टी सेल्स हैं दे थ्राइव इन एन अल्कलीन एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ द बॉडी, and the cancer cells they thrive in the toxic environment of the body. तो हम लोग रोजाना के हिसाब से टॉक्सिन्स क्रिएट करते हैं इन आवर बॉडी. लाइक एवरीबडी हु वर्क्स इन द किचन नोज कि जब आप कुछ क्रिएट कर रहे हो तो गार्बेज भी इकट्ठा हो ही रहा है, उसको आपको बाहर फेंकना ही है. सिमिलरली विद द बॉडी. तो हम सभी वो गंदगी क्रिएट करते हैं इन द बॉडी, बट हमने वो तरीके जो है ब्लॉक कर दिए हैं लार्जली, जिनसे वो गंदगी बाहर जाती है. एनीवेज, तो कैंसर थ्राइव्स ऑन टॉक्सिसिटी एंड टी सेल्स थ्राइव ऑन अल्कलिनिटी. तो आई शुड नो व्हाट इंक्रीजेस अल्कलिनिटी एंड व्हाट रिड्यूसेस टॉक्सिसिटी. मुझे समझ आना चाहिए. So there are only 3 things